Make Room with MJ. Today, my special guest is Bianca Blanco. She is a Denver native, business owner of Blonc Virgin Hair Retail Boutique. She is known as the transformation artist, hair specialist, the hair transformer, the hair weave master. She also creates custom wigs with custom color. She is also known as the platform artist and an educator of hair. She is the hair boss. Bianca, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So what I would like to start off doing, if you could just kind of share your authentic journey of how you got started to where you are today.
Yeah, so I learned how to braid at 5. And I learned how to crochet between 5 and 7. And by 8, I was doing crochet styles where you braid the hair and then you crochet other hair in.
Wow.
By 10, I was braiding with hair extension hair. And by 15, I was weaving. By 17, I was working in a salon. And 18, I went to cosmetology school, graduated, got my license, and I have been in the beauty industry now for 20 years.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah. That's beautiful. So how did you come up with that skill? I mean, was you born into that?
Well, it's a very interesting decision, actually. Where I come from, in Denver, Park Hill, Colorado, there weren't a lot of choices for careers.
Okay.
And this was something that was a skill that was taught to me from my mom's mom about weaving. But my dad's mother graduated from Madam C.J. Walker's cosmetology school in 1958. So it was definitely a pedigree, I can consider it, because of the advancement in education and technology and different things like that that goes along with it. And honestly, the sewing part is still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
A thread, needle, and some braids. And it's all about learning it's all about learning how to be a human protractor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Right.
So you've been in business 20 years, and again, congratulations to you. That's a lot to be said. How has your business changed during this COVID-19?
Drastically. Yeah. So I've taken the retail store from a brick and mortar to online only, which I'll be launching in a few weeks.
Nice.
And as far as a salon space, I want it to be more on the development side of creating a unique business concept. So a lot of those plans have been put on hold because people really aren't renting out commercial spaces.
Right.
And so as a salon owner, I realized I don't want to manage people.
That's okay. Yeah.
I want to enjoy my time, the rest of the time that I have left here on this earth.
Yeah.
I feel like I've given enough time to people. I've trained people. I've done people justice in this industry and shown them how to create a income that can sustain them in this economy. And so now I'm at the point where I would just like to be a virtual landlord. And rent out commercial spaces.
Nice.
And I know that the commercial spaces will be really appealing to other hairstylists. Even myself, I would prefer to just have my own suite.
Yeah.
And deal with my own clients. And a lot of hairstylists pretty much prefer that. To kind of do your own thing, be your own boss. And I really just want to create a new concept. So that is the future of Blonc Salon Suites.
Nice.
And then as far as retail, brick and mortar, I'm definitely going to stick to the online.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So your business, it is or was downtown. And
Yes.
how long were you downtown, basically?
I was downtown for 5 years,
Okay.
5.5 years. I enjoyed it. I watched the city grow and develop, and it was a wonderful experience. And I'm really glad that I did it. And I'm really glad that, the people who were there along the journey, I'm really happy to just have those experiences and know that I can run a successful business. And I feel like I'm a shark in a fish tank sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I have to grow and expand and do things differently and change and evolve. And it was a wonderful experience just to be in the heart of all the action and to have that space and just make all those memories with everyone.
Yeah. So downtown is definitely like prime real estate. How did you know, like, this is the location for me? This is where I want to be?
Well, when I graduated cosmetology school, I interned in Cherry Creek for 2 years.
Okay.
And then after that, when I became a booth renter, I was a booth renter downtown.
Okay.
And so I always knew that I liked the clientele that came with that area. Mm-hmm. And I always had higher end mentors who worked on the higher end side of hair, and they worked with a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that clientele. So I knew that I would prefer to be downtown Cherry Creek or somewhere in between that area.
Okay. Nice. So typically it takes someone to plant a seed to see yourself differently. If you kind of look back on your journey, who planted that seed for you?
One of my mentors, Taylor. Her salon's in Cherry Creek still. It's called It's Natural. And Sly, he's passed away, so rest in peace to him. Yeah. He had a salon downtown, Sly Salon.
Okay.
And so my godmother is a client of Taylor. And so that's how I got hooked up with Taylor.
Nice.
From my godmother, yes.
Nice. And what was
my mom, she contributed to that because she was always doing her hair and showing me different things. And like I said, both of my grandmothers. So it was definitely something from them.
Nice.
Seed planted from all 6 of those people.
That's a lot of planting. That's great. Well, look how successful you are. So that's awesome. So what challenges do you think that you faced along your journey?
The challenges that I faced along the journey was, I'll say one was support. Mm. I think that people don't understand how hard it is to do what I did. And I had a lot of people just giving me bad advice, criticizing me that aren't experts, people trying to take it away from me. Just so many different roadblocks, dealing with the IRS harassing me. And creating all these taxes and training people, staffing people. That's definitely a challenge. Sure. And working with clients. That's a challenge because everybody's dealing with their own individual issues. And for some reason, everybody feels like they can just dump all their stuff on the hairstylist or business owners. You know what I mean? And it can be something that they're just dealing with and they just decide to take it out on you. Mm-hmm. And so before I really understood what was happening, I mean, it really, really affected me. And working the long hours and just not having the right support, you know what I mean? And not having business capital. I pretty much bootstrapped all my business endeavors.
Wow.
And so that's definitely been a challenge. And figuring out an exit strategy, because I don't feel like being a hairstylist is a physically sustaining long-term profession.
Sure. Beautiful. So when you're faced with overwhelming challenges, how do you find that peace? kind of, what is your go-to?
Mine is working out.
Working out, yeah.
Yeah. And so COVID has really taken that away from me in a way that I'm used to operating with the workouts. I would be in the gym 2.5 hours because it just takes my mind off of everything. It helps me to release all of those different things. Getting massages and just doing a lot of self-care stuff like that. It definitely helps to relax. Going to the beach. The beach is definitely one of my go-to places to just decompress all that stuff and just lay in the sand and just look at the ocean, and it's endless. So
I want to be there now.
Oh, yes. I had to think about the beach yesterday. I had to think about when I was there and I was in the sand looking at the ocean. Oh, I miss it so much.
Yeah.
So I think Mexico's accepting Americans. So I think I'm going to have to go.
Okay. That's all right. What do you feel that sets you apart from other hairstylists?
My level of education. And so that was a seed that was planted by Sly, getting education. And so I have been educated with some of the top private institutions in the industry to equal the equivalent hours of a master's degree.
Wow.
And so I've studied the chemistry side of hair and the biological side of it. And that's what allows me to have a really high success rate at growing hair, creating 100% healthy hair and maintaining 100% healthy hair so that we can wear our natural hair. We're comfortable wearing our natural hair and learning, how the body works and, learning what our hair really is. It's basically an antenna. And learning that and having that type of knowledge and education, when people come to me, they're like, oh, nobody's ever told me anything like this. I've never heard a stylist speak this way before. And I'm like, yeah, because a lot of people don't continue their education. They can master, styling hair, installing hair and things like that. But when it comes to the care of the scalp and the actual hair, a lot of people just don't understand how that works.
Yeah. Because I saw on your website you had like the 17-minute miracle to achieve 100% healthy hair, and then the 10-hole. You know best. You gotta tell me what is that?
Yeah. So I have what we call a 17-minute miracle, and that will guarantee 100% healthy hair. So really, it depends on how damaged the hair is. That's going to let me know how many times I'm going to need to apply one of the steps of the 17-minute miracle. So it's a 4-step system that we do in the shampoo bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then how do you help the edges? Because that always seems to be a very stressed area for women. How do you help the edges grow?
So that's a lot of the time going to be internal. So when you're experiencing hair loss or decrease in lifespan of hairs in that area, that's associated with different organs in the body or different functions in the body. So that area is that's the front. So that's usually what is it? It's usually sexual organs, I believe kidneys and intestines.
Okay.
Right. So all of those hairs inside are also having issues. And so what you need to find out is what foods, herbs, and minerals and vitamins help to repair that part of the body so that you can help to repair that part of the head. Also, stimulating blood flow to that area of the scalp using different herbs and different vitamins and different things like that. That'll definitely help to stimulate that area, unless the follicle is closed.
Okay.
So if the follicle is closed, that's when you're looking into more surgical techniques or laser techniques or like electrical shocking type of techniques, because you got to open the follicle back up. And that's why people get hair transplants and different things like that, because they're transporting live cuticles back to the area of where the hair where the follicle has closed at.
Interesting. I've never heard it explained like that, because all you've ever heard is, oh, just use this type of oil on it and it'll start growing.
Right.
So that's really interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
So also, I just kind of checked your website out. You use all different types of hair, like the Brazilian virgin hair, the human hair, the Indian hair. Are there any differences between those, or just
Yeah.
What are they?
So when you're getting into Indian hair, you have a variety of, how do I say this? Genres, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So you have temple hair, you have village hair, you have 10A, 9A, 7A, 6A, 5A, 4A. So those are going to really come down to the quality of the hair.
Gotcha.
And so if you have Indian temple hair, then that's going to be the highest quality of Indian hair that you can purchase on the market, and it's going to be the most expensive because it's been cut off and kept in the same direction until it is made to order. So for example, if I place a factory order for Indian temple hair and I want to get a set of clip-ins and a set of bundles and closures or frontals, when I place that order, they will grab the bundle still wrapped up from the time it was cut off, and then prepare it with either a bundle, a clip-in, closure, or frontal. Wow. So it's never, the cuticle has remained intact in the same direction from start to ship.
Interesting.
So that hair, this hair, it lasts a lifetime.
Really?
So it never dies. Hair is immortal. You can dig up a mummy and they'll still have their hair. You can dig up a dead body and the hair will still be there.
Oh my God.
Hair never dies. So you can fill it in to make it healthy and keep it 100% healthy. And that is the secret.
Yeah. So
when you start getting into lesser grades of the virgin Indian hair, you can get village hair, like I said, which is collected by local hair dealers. And so that hair is usually, I would say, kind of like black market hair, because the cuticles are all over the place. They're going in all opposite directions. The consistency and length and texture, and it's just not a very consistent thing.
Yeah.
And then when you start getting into the A grades, what the number is telling you is how many short strands you have in the bundle. So if you have 10A grade hair, that means you have the least amount of short hairs. So you have hairs that pretty much reach down to the end of the hair strand or the length that you want. So if it's a 12-inch, then if it's a 10A 12-inch, then it's going to have more hairs. Most hairs are going to be 12 inches long, versus if it's like 5A, then you're going to have shorter hairs before it reaches down to that 12. So when the ends are going to be a lot thinner, it'll be a 12-inch, but the bottom will be really thin. And that hair is usually steamed or, it's usually steamed. so that the cuticle can lay in the same direction. So that's what they consider rimming. That's when the cuticle's laying in the same direction. That's what rimming is.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Now, do you have a particular hair that you like to work with personally? Is it Indian or Indian?
I like Indian. I recently just added Filipino in the blonde colors, and I really liked that. Yeah, I like the Indian hair because if you shampoo it, condition it, rinse it out, blow dry it, and you do the same thing to our hair, it looks exactly the same.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Beautiful. And then I'm learning a lot from you. I noticed too, like the different closures. I mean, the lace frontal, the lace closure, and the silk closure. Is there any differences or just?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Big difference. And it does come with a personal preference, and a professional opinion.
Okay.
To what the person is really trying to achieve.
Sure.
So that's really going to make the biggest difference with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I know that you've worked with local celebrities like Taronda Thomas. She was a former news reporter of Denver. Have there been any other celebrities that you worked with before?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I started doing celebrities in my early 20s.
Wow.
So many to really even just go back and count that a lot of people probably won't even know because it's so long ago.
Sure.
Now I'm giving away my age. And I mean, at one point I did have all of the Black media women in Denver as my clients.
Nice.
All of them. From radio to TV.
Sure.
And it was great. And I've worked with a lot of other celebrity hairstylists. So it's been an interesting journey. And I mean, I tell my clients now that they're celebrities because they're paying celebrity prices, because a lot of times, you know, these celebrities, they want to do trade-offs.
Sure.
Because people think that these people are making all this money and they're really not, you know? And so I just like to work with people who really care about their hair. They care about having a professional, you know, opinion as to making them look the way that they should look for their job. Yeah. So whether it's a CFO, a CEO, all the way down to somebody in customer service, a server. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's just a way that you should present yourself to maximize what you can get out of the situation. Because the better you look, the better you get treated. Okay.
Yeah, that's still the stereotype. That's for sure. You get customers probably coming in wanting to look like a celebrity. Do you get like the Beyonce request, or what type of request do you get? You're like, yeah.
All of them.
Do you?
And I mean, they taught us about that in school. They're like, you know, people are going to bring in pictures wanting to look like a certain celebrity. However, they want their face to look like that celebrity. So you can do their hair and make the hairstyle look exactly like the celebrity. But if their face doesn't look like the celebrity by the time you're done, then they're not going to be satisfied with the service.
Exactly.
And so, right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They forget about that little piece, that they don't look like
I'm
the
not
celebrity.
a plastic surgeon. I'm not a plastic surgeon.
So have you done hair shows in the past?
I have. I participated in a lot of hair shows here in Colorado. None out of state. I've done, what was that fashion show we have here? The 303 fashion show. I've been in some competitions, I think with one of the beauty supply stores. Like, I think it might have been a state beauty supply sponsored hair show up in the Springs when I was in school. And there's more in between.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Sure.
And so, I mean, it's fun. It's a hustle and bustle type of situation. It was definitely it was a fun run.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's high paced. It's a lot going on. You got to have a lot of patience and just got to be ready to work.
Yeah.
I've done hair shows here with Joy Co. When I was one of their team members, and so I've done a lot of hair show work. Yes, throughout my career.
Nice, beautiful. So, your business statement, always beautiful. What does that mean?
Aww. So that is really sentimental because the man that I was dating at the time I was in a relationship with, he actually came up with the slogan.
Oh.
Based off of us having conversations and different things like that. And we put it together, like, what do women want to be? Always beautiful.
Yeah.
Women want to always be beautiful. And with our virgin hair, you will always be beautiful. You'll go to sleep beautiful, wake up beautiful, shampoo it, you're beautiful. Like, this hair is always beautiful no matter what you do to it, unless you kill it with heat or color or bleach or anything like that. But
sure.
Give it a good shampoo and replace those amino acids, and this hair is always beautiful.
That is so cool. I love that. That is really way cool. So you also do custom wigs and custom colors. Like, what inspires you, I don't know, for a particular color or anything? Because they're always so pretty, the different colors.
It just depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I do what I feel.
Sure.
And so I just let the hair guide me and let me flow with it. It's an art. It's a release.
It is an art.
It feels good. I do whatever feels good at the time. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I just saw where you posted a beautiful purple. Oh, that was so pretty.
Yeah.
That was
that was
gorgeous.
a client's request.
Okay.
She saw me with my purple hair. She's like, "Ooh, I want to do that. Purple's my favorite color." I'm like, "Say less."
That's awesome. So, Lady Boss, what does that mean to you?
Oh, well, where I am right now in my life, Lady Boss means to be the creator and the owner of your destiny.
Nice.
So wherever you are in that present moment of your life, boss it up. Be the boss of it. Don't let other people boss you around into not doing what it is that you desire to do at that moment in your life or at that time,
Yeah.
So when I was, running the salon, that's where I wanted to be. But now I'm bossing up on other endeavors and other parts of my life, such as marriage and children and things like that.
Sure.
And, being that type of boss, making sure everybody's taken care of, because when you're a salon owner, when you're a stylist, when you're a business owner, I mean, you literally don't have time for personal relationships.
True.
Because you're so busy being the boss of all of these other things and all of these other people. And so it's definitely doesn't leave any room to have a real outside life, because if you are really good at what you do, then you're going to have a lot of people who want you to do that for them. Exactly. And so it just consumes so much of your time that if you're not boss about it, I mean, it can become really dangerous.
Sure.
So it's definitely important to just be the lady boss of where you are in your life and controlling your destiny.
Yeah, beautiful. That's so beautiful. So, I mean, you've been in this 20 years, and like you said, you do get overworked quickly. Have you ever reached like a burnout point in your life?
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm there right now. I'm there right now.
Sure.
I normally work 2 days a week, and since COVID was so unpredictable, I kind of opened it up a little more because I'm like, I'm going to do less people a day. So I will, you know, be more open and more flexible during the week. And I work 3 days this week and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. I'm like, these people cannot have 3 days of my time. Two is the max that I'm at right now. Like I've been at 2 days a week since 2018 and I love it because I've actually had a time to have a life and do things and have relationships and travel and I wasn't just stuck behind a chair for 18 hours a day, you know, just at the beck and call of other people.
Yeah.
So I'm finally there. And this week, that's why I said I had a long week because I did 3 days. I'm like, that was 1 day too many for me.
1 day too many. That's great. That's great. Bianca, what are you most grateful for?
The experiences, the relationships with my clients that have developed into like friendships and kinships and being able to sustain myself.
Yeah.
As a Black woman, as a Black person here in America, in Colorado, where the cost of living has skyrocketed tremendously.
Yes.
The education, the knowledge, and the relationships with people and just being able to share intimate moments and, you know, weddings and births and, you know, graduations and, you know, traveling and meeting people and just the relationships. That's what I'm really happy that I got to do that.
Nice. Very nice. What advice would you give someone who is trying to go into entrepreneurship themselves?
Be prepared and know what you want. Seek professional expert advice. And know yourself.
Yeah.
And stick by what it is that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So you kind of talked about what's next for you. I think being on a beach.
Yes, as soon as possible.
Right.
It can't come any faster. It needs to hurry up. I got to get out of here, okay? I got to go.
That's awesome. That's
way
awesome.
overdue.
I think for a lot of us, honestly.
Oh.
So where can people follow you on social media?
On Instagram, I am Blonc, BLONC _virgin_hair. YouTube, Blonc Virgin Hair. Instagram, Facebook, Blonc Virgin Hair Extensions.
Okay. And then do you have a website too?
BloncVirginHair.com, BLONC virginhair.com.
Perfect. Well, Bianca, thank you so much for taking the time with me. I truly appreciate it.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me in mind.
Yes, thank you. Well, that's a wrap with Make Room with MJ.